Alright, today we're having a look at Rescuing the Monster's Child by Amazing Flying Poo. Alright, so here we are in Rescuing the Monster's Child by Amazing Flying Poo, and I missed what you said. So, wait, why does it keep disappearing? Fine, I don't care what you said. Apparently this level has got multiple paths, and if we take the right path, then we can actually ride the monster, and I would like to do that. I would like to rescue this monster's child because I myself am a bit of a monster, and I do have an affinity for the monstros. I don't know if this is the right path or not. Will the water kill us? Maybe? No. Okay. Hold X to fly faster. Okay. Was that a thing that we wanted to do? I don't know. Like, do we need to get these pipes out? Do the pipes? I can't grab the... What? Okay, no, sure. Does the heavy bar go... here? Maybe? Yeah, was there another one? There were two more. Oh my god. Disco, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are we even doing the right thing? There's like so little... There's no haptics here. Okay. Hello? Okay, it opened. Yosh, employee only. I am not an employee. Do you ever wonder, like, if you're a creator and your name is Amazing Flying Poo, and maybe you chose that name when you were a kid, and now you're not a kid, and do you think, like... Do you think they oh, crud. We gotta go back that way. Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. Oh, wait, there's another ore there. What the heck? There's too many branching paths. Too many branching paths. Too many puppies? I can't... Can I... This is gonna squish me. I don't want to be squished. What the... Oh, I don't know where I'm going. Amazing Flying Poo. Did we... Oh, crap. I love... I'm so confused. And that's maybe okay. And maybe it's okay to be confused. I don't know. We're gonna run with it. I want those bubbles. So, yay! Go us. Go bubbles. How do I get up there? Can I? Should I be able to get that? Yo, I can't grab it. Oh, I bet I could have grabbed it if we'd done the right thing. Can I get an LCR? In this house? I cannot, because I'm not that skilled. But... Oh, crumbs! We've only got 6 seconds left? What are these? What do these mean? Oh, well, we gotta go back to the hub. We'll talk about it there. See yas! And we're back! And Rescuing the Monster's Child by Amazing Flying Poo, which is an amazing name, and I wonder how they feel about that these days. And what do I say about this level, honestly? It's a yellow square. Like, it's a fun level. It's a weird little throwback to a particular era of LBP 1 level design that I definitely enjoyed, and I definitely think that folks will enjoy if they give it a shot, but there's like is weirdly like not a lot of meat on the bones, and it's not fortunately or unfortunately, like, it is very of its time and presentation, and I don't know how everyone's gonna feel about like the kind of environment that is in this level, where you've got like it's making nods towards kind of sort of a place where, you know, you've got the sign up in the front. It's Monster Snatchers Inc. Now, this is an organization that is not established in the previous level, Freeing the Monster 2.0, which is referenced in the title card of this... Oh, wait. It's referenced in this level. But, you know, I guess they've stolen the monster. There's, like, lore that's happened in between levels. I don't know, but, like, you've got, like, it's like a factory or something. I'm not entirely sure. There's the very weirdly anti-nostalgic, like, office cubicle section that I immediately felt like, oh god, I know this place. When I saw it, it was like, oh, I've worked in a place like that before, and I hated every minute of it. So, but it's like, it's presenting a place, but it's also highly abstracted in like a platforming style, where you've just got like these platforms that are floating in space. There's like weirdly connected objects that become not objects, but like weirdly connected materials that are serving as platforms, where it's really centering the gameplay and navigation of that space, and it creates a bit of an uneasy tension. I feel like it's not a bad one. It's one that I think that can be enjoyable, and I found amusing, but like it's not really much to look at the end of the day. And sometimes the way that things are shaped, it can make it just a little bit confusing as to what's going on. Like we saw in the I guess the ball drop puzzle, you could call it, where we're moving those the pipes. We're on a jetpack, we're moving them into a receptacle for them, and it's just like the receptacle is so abstracted that at first I thought it was just kind of like a decoration. Also because like the way the cameras are pulled out, it's like you, on one side your brain knows that this is like a puzzle. You're supposed to be moving these things from one spot to the other, but it still doesn't quite like register like that. So it's a little bit weird, and I do find that like some of the pathing in the level, like some of the communication of where you're supposed to be going, is a little bit odd, because like you've got a bit after that where you've got these like, it says like employees only. You can run over and you grab a bit of sponge that you can use to move a dangly bit of sponge to get to a spot where you're supposed to be. But like there's also dangly sponges to the left, and if you use those, it just wraps you around to the beginning to like no particular end or purpose. It's just like, here you are back at the beginning again, and it's like, well, I mean, that's cool, that's like super okay, there's no problem with that, but then why is it here? Like, why would you give me the opportunity to go back if there wasn't anything for me to do having gone back? And so you got like issues like that going on. They're just like, none of them are bad, but they are like of that time. You saw stuff like that in LBP1, early LBP1 levels, like quite often. You got like the little bit with the gears at the beginning, and we kind of screwed it up in the first impressions play, but I did go back and I got the little prize from that section. It's cute, it's neat, it's not a big deal. The main kind of thing in this level is the monster, and one thing I did really like about this bit is that because the monster is clearly designed to only carry one person, and that Amazing Flying Poo has given kind of an alternate route for, you know, multiplayer groups, and you're not going to get like the fun experience of actually interacting with this monster or the monster's child, but like you will at least be able to continue the level. Like you're not going to be completely locked off from what you're doing. The little riding section is fine. Mostly it feels like it's kind of teaching you how the monster works, and I feel like it's an encouragement to use the monster in your own levels. And we see that like a lot, and it made me think about today, like I wonder how many community objects that are given away that are like clearly supposed to be used in other people's levels, you know, encouraged to use in other people's levels, so that the level where you get them is just kind of like, here's the thing, here's like some gameplay wrapped around it so you can see what it does, but take it and use it in your own levels. And I wonder like how many of those things actually ended up being used to that purpose, because I see a lot of like community music that gets used, and that gets like called out a lot of times in title cards, where it'll be like, you know, thanks to Velvet Audio for providing this song for this level, and that gets used. I see sometimes like with fonts, that fonts get used throughout levels, and Logic, particularly in LBP2 on, would get used in other levels. Every now and then you'd see a shout out be like 3D chip was provided by this level, but like you run into a lot of levels that are providing just like stuff, like collected objects that you would get in the story mode in LBP 1, 2, and 3, and I just like, I wonder like, was there were there creators that played this level, were like, hey, this monster's really cool, I want to put it in my level, and like then built a level around it? I'd love to see that more often. I just don't like kind of feel like that was really the case, but it did pop out to me. And you ride the monster along, and the monster will go through like a toxic waste bit, and you'll have to go up and do like this really old school, put the keys in the slot, where the keys are like giant physical objects and the slots are giant physical objects, and I loved it. It's super duper like of its time, in a very good way, because a lot of times when people say of its time, it's to kind of cover up something that's like usually bad, like something's like it's racist, but you know, it's like it's of its time. But this, I mean it in the good way, because it did bring back a lot of happy memories of this type of like object design and presentation and levels. And you get that, and then there's like this helicopter swoops in. Oh, it's story again. Here's the story. We forgot about the story. And they're trying to steal the monster, and you got like to do a shootout with the helicopter, and there's like one little bit that you can shoot, of course, with the paintinator, and it's like that one weak spot, and it takes so long to kill, but it's the bullet spreads are very pretty, and that was cute. The helicopter's cool, and like it talks to you as it's fighting you, and now is a good day to die, which is like, okay, like sure, go with it. And then, you know, the monster is freed, and sometimes if the physics are kind to you, you can ride the monster all the way to the scoreboard. Sometimes if they're not, the monster gets stuck, and it's like, that's the level, and it's like, it's fun. It was a cool little cute experience that I did enjoy. I, unfortunately or fortunately, like, Amazing Flying Poo mentions this in the freeing the monster, the previous level to this, how that was their first level, and you know, gotta kind of forgive it for being a little bit clutchy, and like freeing the monster was interesting. It was interesting to see something so big. Like the monster's like really huge, and you get to ride it for a bit, but like it doesn't really go very far, and it's hard to tell like what you're supposed to quite be doing with it. Like these got all these like dangly bits on the bottom, but you use those and you can swing over to get a switch that will allow you to swing back to get a jetpack, which would let you get onto the monster. But like, you don't, I mean, I guess you kind of need it. I guess I kind of like sequence broke the level a little bit, because LBP 3 lets you go back further in the background, and I just kind of went around this block that the switch on the right was going to open up. So that was a little bit like confusing, because I didn't play it the way the level was supposed to be intended, but still, like, it's just like, it's there. Like, it's fine. It's there. It's a thing. I liked rescuing the monster's child an awful lot more. I want to rescue monster children. You know, like, there's a lot of overlap between like queerness and monsterness, and like in media, and I kind of feel an affinity. I've long felt an affinity for monsters even as a young kid. So like, you know, there's all that, and like, you know, keeping an eye out for young queer folks and rescuing them from bad situations. You know, this could be a metaphor for that, but this was much easier. There's much higher success rate in this level. I got off on a tangent, and I really don't know how to put a ribbon on it, so I'm just going to put a ribbon on it here, and I'm going to put a ribbon on the whole episode before I get in a melancholy spot. But yeah, like this is a fun level. I don't really have, it's not great. I can't give it a green circle with good conscience, but I wouldn't give it like an orange diamond or a red square. It's good. It's good. It's fun. I encourage you to give it a shot and see a little bit of LBP1 history. But that pretty much does it for us here at This Go About. So from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao. Monsters!